Let's have a beautiful experience. In this video, we're going to talk about how being humble can help you manifest a bigger penis, naturally raise testosterone, and human growth hormone. It's a beautiful thing. You gotta love it. Alright, before we get started, please do me a huge favor. Please ring the bell, subscribe to the channel. Of course, give me that Earth Defines the Rally thumbs up like so I say, hey, and of course, ring the bell. And like Rocky Balboa says, hey, yo, I didn't hear no bell. So make sure you ring the bell because I'm putting content out daily. And, of course, I go by Jesus_Detroit on my Instagram, Snapchat, I'm YOUNGDAYGO. And in this video, we're going to be talking about, how being humble can help you manifest a bigger penis and naturally raise your testosterone. And I know that might sound, like I said, like it could sound like, how does that have anything to do with, making your penis bigger? But you know what we do here in the BCC, where, the Big Cock Consciousness, the Big Cock Collective, where I help you manifest a bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder penis, help you naturally raise that HGH and testosterone. I'm, a spiritual guide and a mentor. I'm here to expand your mind and increase your size. So without further ado, I'm here to tell you about why being humble is something that you ought to do. And, I'm coming from a situation where, I got humbled down tonight. And, it's refreshing every now and then. Some drugs or some alcohol or whatever can, sometimes do that. And I know that might not be, the best way to feel it. But, you got people out there that talk about ayahuasca and all these plant ceremonies. And, I've been hearing stuff, I listen to a lot of people that go to Rhythmia and all this stuff, and it kind of transcends into my life just because when you're hearing people talk about it, setting these intentions, and then somehow, like, the reflection of you're meeting people that are Indian at the bar, and next thing you know, they're telling you about how they do ayahuasca. And, everybody at one point, like, is connected. Like, I feel like, at one point, like, we are essentially each other. And that's why I always say, if you want beauty to appear, you got to keep this clear, man. So write that down. I love the sound. And, the universe is a reflection, man. So, whatever you put out comes back. And you always got to come with love. Every time that I got a shot, and, to share this matrix hack, I got to just say that anytime you hear somebody on the other line of the phone, you see somebody across from you at the gym, you hear somebody, you see somebody in traffic, the grocery store, whatever, just intend on them to have a beautiful day and go along your way, to feel love in some kind of way. And that's it, man. That's a simple matrix hack that you're going to definitely put, beautiful things out there, because I entertain that, all thoughts are things. So we might as well, be creating beautiful things. And that's what I go with along the way. And me, I do that Wu Wei flow, the Tao practice, the path of least resistance. And that's something that just resonates well with me, and it helps me, get out of my own way every now and then, because it's like, at the end of it all, like, nobody's more right than yourself. And, like Rocky Balboa says, nothing's real unless you believe in yourself. And that's, that's true, man. And, of course, we got Thanksgiving coming up. So, to you it's Thanksgiving. To you it's Thanksgiving. To me it's just Thursday. Absolutely. I know that just makes me laugh. And anytime that you're smiling, you're doing something right. And the more comedy and more laughter and anything that just gets you back to that source energy, just to take you out of that, whatever zone that you're in every single day, the day-to-day grind. That's something beautiful. If you ever got, if you got to have a drink with the universe, say salute, take a toke. I don't condone the use of drugs, but whatever you got to do to make yourself feel beautiful. I'm listening, I was listening to this Brian Rose interview, and he's talking to this guy about something about, people being distracted, and, Plato did this and that. And what it all comes down to is, if you're going to have fun, at least set the intention that if you're watching TV, you're going to have some fun. Don't sit there and wallow in a guilt trip. If you're going to put Rocky on, go ahead and laugh. If you want to watch some Netflix, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a beautiful thing. if you're smiling, you're doing something right. The smile's divine. It's made inside the mind, and it's felt beyond the bodies in the astral realms. And, you going on a spiritual tangent real quick. People, they tend to think that, there's like a mission that we're all here to do. you know, like with helping out consciousness and this, that, and the other. You know, to each their own. Everybody's got their own opinion. You know, light workers, this and that. And I feel that whatever you believe to be true is true, you know, because I find that all truths are true. You just got to find the ones that make you, you. So I entertain that, you know, anything's possible. I mean, who's to say, you know, there's no need to get in anybody's way about what they believe, man. You want to talk Jesus Christ and aliens, I'm here for you. You want to talk about, you know, Hindu and Buddha and all this other stuff and light workers, and, you know, it's all entertaining to me, you know what I mean? And it's just like, at the end of it all, nobody knows more than you know. So start knowing what you want to know. And I just intend on all of us to grow. So that's what I go with. You know, I intend on becoming a huge, massive giant with that, you know, huge, massive muscles, you know, just wide, huge, massive penis, just, you know, swinging at the knees, huge piece of meat, throbbing at the pecs, making you your best, crumbling the concrete under my feet. And what that all comes down to is, you know, having that gigantic attitude. You know, we're talking about being humble here, but I'm talking about, you know, we all got an ego, whether you believe it or not. Like even the most, you know, just neutral person still has an ego. Even, you know, like a spiritual enlightened, you know, like that sad guru, he's got an ego. At the end of it all, everybody's got some type of ego. And the way that I look at an ego is it's kind of like the spice to life. Like if everything was just, you know, just like a soup with no flavor, I mean, you wouldn't have all these extra little bit of spices that just kick it up a notch. And I feel that everybody's got to have, you know, a little bit of who they are and a little bit of pizzazz. And I feel that, you know, people might think that an ego ain't real or whatever, but you know, maybe it is real. I mean, we're here talking to us, and as long as you can get out of your way of your ego to understand that, you know, it means edging God out. And, you know, that's not mine, by the way. I believe I heard it on Jake Ducey, so I'll give you a, you know, mahala, you know, how you doing, aloha, brother. And, you know what I mean? And that's just something where we're talking about, you know, when you're edging God out, like you're taking away from who you are. And you got to understand that we're all from the stars. Like whatever's inside of me, you know, whatever's controlling this beautiful avatar, whatever's in this blue, whatever's in your true, it's all about you. And that's what it all comes down to, you know what I mean? And that's a beautiful thing. So when we're talking about being humble, I mean, you just got to understand that, you know, there's no need to understand like anybody's prerogative and their mission and whatever they, you know, whatever they feel. Like I say, if you're coming with love, man, you could do no wrong. If you're coming with energy, you can definitely do no wrong. My Tai Chi, you know, I got to preach them. You know, we're talking semen retention and that no nut November. And I got to tell you, man, it's been a crazy month. And, you know, like, I'll give you a quick update, but I'll give you, you know, more or less, you know, something later when I make that huge explosion. But I'm dripping pre-cum like crazy. And when I was at the gym, I was doing my splits, and I like, you know, I literally almost felt like I was going to ejaculate. And I know that might sound crazy, you know, sick to some, intriguing to others. And like, I don't know, like, you know, like when I'm getting to this point, it's just like, dude, we got, something's got to give, you know what I mean? And like, you don't want to, obviously everybody's got, you know, a wall of where you want to release it. You know what I mean? Charging your chi, this isn't about like that no fap, don't look at it thing. And I don't agree with that. But if that's something that you got to do, I mean, that's, you know, that's essentially up to you. Some people, you know, find being porn addicted is no good for them. And, you know, I'm the type of guy that I'm taking what could have been, you know, a negative practice, and we're turning it into exercise. You know, masturbation for manifestation, which is a technique that I can teach you to, you know, at, you know, more hands-on detail, which will help you, you know, manifest the best, make your penis bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder. That's what we're all about. Help you naturally raise that you know, your natural testosterone, your human growth hormone. Get on the, you know, steroid cycles from the divine, because Hercules and Priapus, they weren't taking about any trend and masteron and this and that. They were able to just manifest out of, you know, out of this. And when you're talking about drugs and all this other stuff anyways, essentially it's all in here anyways. So whatever you're able to tap into, I mean, I don't discredit science, but I don't discredit magic. So go ahead and write this down. I am magic, I am divine, and I can increase my size. It's a beautiful thing, man. Look at that pump going. I'm telling you, man, I'm really feeling beautiful. I've been up for, I don't know, like over 24 hours today, so that's why I might look a little wired. And I got humbled a little bit, and I felt the inclination to come share this with you and you know what? I felt like, I always feel like pumping it up, man, just to see me growing and get you knowing that you are your own resistance. You are the, you know, you are, it doesn't matter how much weight that you're lifting. It just matters if you're doing it with the right intention and the right mind-muscle connection. And then, of course, you know, like there's other collective beliefs, you know, to help you achieve. Like if you want to do the heavy weights, there's nothing wrong with that. But I always find that if you really want to shape them, you know, this is how you do it. This is how you blow them up, man. And that's what this all comes down to. So, you know, like Frank Zane says, with shape, you know, you focus on the shape, then comes the size. And then some people, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, whatever one that you want to grab onto. But I find that this is really something that I can, you know, see on a day-to-day. I mean, I'm showing you, I'm sitting here naked in a chair and I'm pumping up, you know, just out of nowhere, just out of air, just blowing up, just getting bigger. And I'm able to do this just because I am my own resistance. You can do this at any given time. You can make your shoulders wider, you can make your biceps bulge, and this is what it's all about. It's about growth, man. Whew, it's a beautiful thing, man. And I, you know, I don't want to get too crazy today because I want to take it, you know, take it easy a little bit, trying to humble my way. And go ahead, look at that, you know, nice and pumped up and juicy. That's a beautiful thing. And, you know, if you look, you know, some people, they want to do steroids. I'm not against that. You know what I mean? You're here for a beautiful experience. You got to do what you got to do. But like I said, I'm trying, you know, I'm here with the intention to find the divine. And I know it's inside. And I feel that I'm manifesting it. You know, I'm manifesting it either way. And you know what? Sometimes going to the gym is the prize in itself, man. And, you know, that might sound cliche and, you know, people, I gotta get me a sip of water anyways. But, you know, people think that, salute. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful thing. But yeah, you know, like people don't understand that going to the gym is the prize. And over time, you know, like if you find yourself, you know, like you know, if you find yourself getting in trouble and doing things that are no good for you, you really, that gym is really something that is just a blessing. You know, you want to count your blessings. You know, you're still a healthy person. You know, I had to give that one too, man. You know me, I'm big movie buff, and you know, like when you're at, like I said, man, you gotta smile as much as you can, man. We're here for a beautiful experience, and like I said, if you want to do the roids and do that, I'm here to grab it from, you know, the divine. And I feel that the less crutches that you have, the better off you are. And that's really what this all comes down to. Like, I mean, if you're doing steroids, you know, there's so much, like, that's your path. But if you're able to contact the divine, then you're magic. You're there. Like, why go, you know, why go anywhere else? And like, I feel, like I said, you know, going to the gym is definitely it's a blessing, man. It's a beautiful thing, just the ride and the journey to really etch out like what kind of workout program is going to help you manifest the best, because there's so many different kinds of collective beliefs to help you achieve. Do you want to go heavy? Do you want to do this split, that split, the other? And I'm, you know, like I said, I can definitely help you out with some online coaching and really, you know, help gear you towards something. But at the end of it all, you're your own master. You are your own creator. And if it feels right to, you know, do a split where you work your whole body every day, or, you know, once a week or whatever, you know, like Paramahansa Yogananda said it, the mind is the wielder of muscle. And I really feel that. I really feel that you can see them grow. And when you got guys like from the 60s and the 70s, and like, you know, I listen to the, you know, the Golden Era Bookworm or whatever, so shout out to you and anybody that follows that guy. He's got beautiful programs where you can learn about the light dumbbell system, and this is before steroids, so these guys were jacked up. And you don't have to necessarily grab on to, like, you know, what certain bodybuilders are doing. Because, I mean, you know, with me, you know, I intend on blowing up bigger than any of these bodybuilders anyways, but have a huge piece of meat, you know, swinging at my knees. You know, I don't want to, you know, I'm not here to have, like, you know, the illusion that they create. You know, that's beautiful for them. But, I mean, to me, it's got to be all in balance. And that's what my fitness is really geared towards. Like, you know, some might call it aesthetics, but, you know, I start with the cock, and that's where I come with, man. You know, I come with the heart, but I come with the cock, And I want to tell you that you got a beautiful cock. I believe in who you are, man. And never give up. Triple D real quick. And no, we ain't talking about Tanner Scavenge drives, Guy Fieri. We're talking about don't doubt your dick. We're talking about don't make your stick. Your stick. You got a beautiful cock. You got a beautiful dick. Be proud of that. Say, you know what? When you're holding that, you're holding a piece of God. You're holding a piece of the divine. And you shouldn't feel guilty about, grabbing it at any given time. Again, like I always got to say, when you're increasing that size, with great power comes great responsibility. So don't just be waving it out on a subway or something, crazy like that. It's no good for nobody. That's why we got Snapchat. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, man. I got the, Santa Claus, water and all this and that. But like I said, if I'm getting you laughing, that's a beautiful thing. And, that's what we're all coming down to today, the ego, and being humble, and just getting out of your own way is definitely a beautiful thing that you should do. And just respect everybody out there. That's why I always got to do that whole Ho'oponopono practice every now and then. And I feel like all you guys with the holiday coming up and, just leaving your work or whatever you're doing, or if you're out drinking and you just, if you had some type of feeling where that is beyond the blissful, divine, happy nature that you should always be in, then, if you had some type of, thought other than neutral where somebody made you feel some doubt or whatever about you, that's when you just got to just say the Ho'oponopono, the four phrases that can clear up your karma. And you just think of the person. And, we'll do one together. You just say, I am sorry, because you got to take ownership. Two-way street. It's not just him, her, or whatever. That's like Rocky says, it's not about pointing fingers about him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. All right, so, that's it all. Believe it or not, Rocky Balboa all resonates in the cock growth for some reason. But you know what I mean? It's all about what you do to just, how you grab it. And you know what? I'm gonna show you God does exist. Oh yeah, Con Air. Got to give you some Nick Cage action since we're talking some movies. And if I'm getting you smiling, I'm doing something right. But anyways, like what I'm saying here, I'm rambling like a monkey in a tree. Forrest Gump, triple threat. We just got some more movies going. And like I said, man, getting you happy is really what it comes down to. And, it's a beautiful thing, man. And we're talking about is the whole Ho'oponopono phrases. I really just, I got to back it up. So we say, I am sorry. And then you say, please forgive me. Because you got to ask for forgiveness. And then you say, thank you. Because gratitude's the attitude. And I got to go ahead and just share what I do every day before my feet hit the ground. I take that breath. I got a shot today. I feel beautiful. So go ahead and write that down. You got a shot. If you're breathing, you're achieving, you're here. Never let anybody tell you that you don't belong here. You're doing something right. And like I said, if you're sharing love along the way, you are pumping out positive thoughts that is changing this world for the better. Because essentially, like I said, man, nobody's got the right or wrong answer. But if this is all just a reflection of you anyways, let's put out beautiful things all day. You know what I mean? Because it's going to come back to you. So like when I see somebody, it's like, at some aspect, it's a piece of you. You're a piece of me. So, piece of ass. You know what I mean? I don't know why I just felt the inclination to say that, really just wired up today. And I'm talking about being humble, and I'm just going, me, man. I just really like making people smile. And like I said, we'll finish up the whole Ho'oponopono. So we say, I am sorry. Take the ownership. Please forgive me. Because you got to ask for forgiveness. You say thank you because gratitude's the attitude. And then you say, I love you. And that's it, man. You always got to come from the heart. And you say that over and over, regardless of whatever anybody did. You don't really have to think too hard on this stuff. And that's the beauty about life. That's about, being humble, getting out of your own way. The wu-wei flow. Everybody's got these other, notions and things about, like, you got to do something so many certain ways and this, that, and the other. It's like, you know what? Just like the whole Ho'oponopono, it's got science and magic and all this other stuff that goes on it. Go ahead and, surf the YouTube if you want. You'll see some beautiful information about it. Now, it healed people that were in a psycho ward. The guy would look at the names on the list, and he did the whole Ho'oponopono, and all these guys healed. And I know that could sound like woo-wooey or whatever, Huey Lou in the news, Power of love, you know, had to give you something else there, you know, some Michael J. Fox, Back to the Future, you know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna chill out. We're almost done. We're getting to the end of this video, this experience anyways, but you know me, I can keep going all day, and especially, you know, coming from what I just did and being up for over 24 hours, and, you know, I really feel that, you know, there's no right or wrong way, man. There's just your way. And, you know, you're going to essentially create what you got to create. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you along the way. We're creating our own collective beliefs, because you are your own collective belief that can help you achieve. And just when we're taking about, you know, things that you hear from, you know, this does that and diets and all this other fads and whatnot, that kind of thing can, you know, help transcend into what you're doing. But essentially, you know what? You got to check yourself. Does this work for you? And that's it. You know what I mean? You ain't got to, there's no need to think too hard on it. You know, I'm retooling my whole fitness practice, and, you know, your fitness is always ongoing, man. There's not like, you know, if you're intending on manifesting size and all this other stuff, you're going to always be tooling some stuff along the way. And, you know, I'm here to say that there's some beautiful techniques, and I'm definitely, you know, incorporating more protein, because we got that protein grow to make the muscles even bigger. And, you know, when you do intermittent fasting, which is something that I've done for, you know, like the past year, it's been a beautiful practice for me to like really lean out and still manifest muscle and keep my testosterone really high. But, you know, I'm learning along the way that I work out like a maniac in the gym, and I got to put some more food in. And it's like I can eat like an animal when I get out of this. I feel like I can do Jesus versus food instead of man versus food. Like I can take on, you know, huge, you know, extra large pizzas, bowls of pasta, whatever it is. The only thing is after you go like, you know, 24 hours, and like I said, I've done 72 hours, I've done the dry fast, whatever fast, I've done them all. And the thing that I learned the most is when you put yourself in that detox state, it's beautiful for clearing you out, but when you put that food back in, you know me, I do that 1, 2, 3 technique where you, number one, you eat it, you see how you feel. Number two, we check the deuce, you know, you gotta see the stool. And when you're doing that intermittent fasting, like you can't, like you're in such a detox, you're so detoxed that whatever you're putting in you, like it just, you know, to each their own. Maybe some people can take in 2,000, 4,000 calories, but to me, like I found that I can do X amount of protein, and then I started, you know, really kicking it up a notch, you know, getting some whey protein, because I'm like, you know what, we got to harness more muscle. And like, you know, if I'm eating one meal, that's kind of like, you know, how much protein can you get in. And what I was learning is, you know, like when you're putting it all in that window. And, you know, I was breaking it at the gym a little bit, you know, with the banana, but it's just, it wasn't enough, because, you know, you eat all that stuff and it comes out like mush, and that's just no good for nobody, man. And that's why I'm learning that, you know what, fasted cardio done me some good, but you do the studies and collective beliefs will tell you that you don't, like that it's a two-way street. Some people say eating protein before you do cardio helps you burn more fat, and then other ones say that fast is the way to go. So to me, I combined it. And like when I'm on a muscle grow week, you know, when I'm just going with my own intuition, and that's what I do at the gym a lot. I really, you know, you know, it's not just about any one program, it's about feel. And since I'm doing like my full body Groga program, and I'm always doing cardio, like I'm burning like 1,000 calories, I figure, you know what, we might as well just put some calories in before we get on the Stairmaster or whatever, because if I'm eating 400 calories, I'm still burning over 1,000 on the Stairmaster, and I'm putting in quality, you know, protein that can help my muscles recover, and, you know, with the yogurt and all that, keep my stomach ready, you know, so this way when I get done with Groga, I can have a banana and then, you know, some maca or whatever, and then, you know, have another protein shake when I get out, and then get home and have a meal, and I'm able to, you know, incorporate more protein like that. And that is what we call going off of feel, and that's what I can help you do in the BCC, help you manifest the best. And some people, like, you know, they find that, you know, you want to eat all day, you can't do it. But, you know, one of the most simplest things, man, skip your morning routine, man. Black coffee is a beautiful thing. Some green tea is a good way to go. And that's definitely a way that you can grow. And that will definitely help you. It's going to definitely help you show, man. Get those abs, you know, nice and etched in, and really tighten up the waist. And I don't, the more I'm learning, like, I don't think you need to do these 15, 20 hours or whatever. Like, like if you get 8 hours of sleep and then you wait 3 hours, like, does your body really know 12 or 13 hours? You're the one that's saying the number. Like, what's a number? You know what I mean? You're number one. You know what I mean? So you're a beautiful person. Let's come with some love. And you know what? I feel like with this, we're going to talk about being humble. Sit down, be humble. Kendrick Lamar, go ahead and listen to that song if you like it. And you know what? It's a beautiful thing. So you got to be humble today. You got to count your blessings. Go out there, do something for you, something for the universe, something to make you smile. Don't feel bad about whenever you're doing something like that. Always have the intention that you're doing something for the universe. Like if you're watching a comedy special, like I said, you're doing this. That's a beautiful thing. It's as simple as that. And you could listen to any guru about this, that, or the other, and it really comes back to this. We are all, source and smiles and just beautiful light and energy, and that's what we just got to be at any given time, and that's what that's where we always shine. So with that, I intend on you guys, feel beautiful. I intend on us to become the giants that we are, stomping on that ground, that huge piece of meat, throbbing to the pecs, making you your best, and having that, that's what we're going for, man. It's a beautiful thing. Of course, follow me on my social media. I got my cat C, my bear and my wolf. They're always taking care of the neighborhood, spreading love every which way that they can. We got Thanksgiving upon us and other holiday stuff, and I'll show you my pastas. And who knows? I do some lives every now and then, and you can really kind of see where I'm at on that particular experience, at that particular emotion. So, of course, like Rocky Balboa says, hey, yo, I think I heard a bell, but make sure you ring the bell, all right? So, me, putting content out daily, and, with that, and make sure you give me the Arthur Fonzarelli, thumbs up, like. Really appreciate that. If you made it this far, I feel like you did it anyways, man. You guys are beautiful. Get out there, spread some love any which way that you can. I'll be seeing you around. I love you guys. I believe in you guys. You're beautiful. Peace. Love you.